Hey everybody, it's Becca at So Darn Twisted, excuse me, as you would expect. I've had a fair amount of requests to show how I made this little sort of file folder notebook type of thing. Folio, not notebook. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's because I wrote notebook on the front. Yeah, so I've been promising for ages that I would make a tutorial for it, and in all honesty, it's just been completely chaotic recently, what with illness and just general busyness going on and stuff. So I finally have a little window of time to sit down and go through this with you and show you how I made it. I'm not going to show you how I did these because I've already covered that in a previous tutorial, how to make the note paper and everything. So yeah, I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to show you how to make the file structure or the folder structure. So yeah, what we're going to need, well, let's get this put away, out of the way. It belongs in there, and we can remove that. Yeah, no, over there. It's going to have to go over there. Okay, I'm running out of space. My craft room is really cluttered at the moment. I know it doesn't look like it in this space, but this is literally the only surface that currently isn't covered in stuff. So what I'm going to use today, well, basic tools. I know I usually run through roughly what you'll need so you can be prepared. I'm going to use this one for the ornate corner cutouts. If we just take that back out of the folder, the corners, I did them with just that little one there. So we're going to have that one. We need glue, ink stamp and ink dauber, bone folder or folders, some scissors, like that, you know, basic stuff, your paper trimmer, you know, again, nice and basic. If I can get that over here without clocking the camera with it like I often do. Then I've got a range of things that I've made as templates or ephemera that I've currently got in here that I'm going to use as part of the structure. And oh, as an aside, I don't know if some of you saw on my groups yesterday, but I made these printable steampunk tags yesterday, and they'll be going up in my Etsy shop soon. So but there you go, you can have a proper look at them. All I've done with those is just put a little bit of black ink around the edge. So yeah, there you go. So they'll be going up in the shop. And what I might do is actually make this version of the book, because it's for my steampunk journal, I'll probably make it so that it's big enough to accommodate a couple of those in with it. So yeah, I've got a range of bits and pieces there. I've got some, let's get this over here. I've got some cool papers and card, and I'm dying to use this. It's rusty wallpaper. So when I saw this in the DIY shop, I was like, I have to have some of that for when I eventually make my steampunk journal. And here we are, my day has come. So yeah, I'm itching to use some of that today, if I can squeeze it in somewhere. I then have a range of Stamperia, because one of the things that people were commenting about with this one was how it all kind of ties in so well, sort of colour wise and everything. And this was Stamperia Magical Forest, and then I used some other ones that I had, some other printables and stuff that I had that I can't remember the name of, but I will try and find out, and if I can find out, I'll put it in the description. And things like this were from my own label designs, which are, or should be, on my Etsy. But yeah, I just kind of turned all the backs of those into journaling cards. So the idea is to do a very similar thing here, where I'm using completely complementary, if not from the same sort of pack. This is Clocks by Stamperia, and there's a mixture of Clocks and Sir Vagabond. papers in here. As you can see, a lot of it I've chopped into already to do stuff in the journal, but yeah, so that's the two that I'll be using for this one. So Clocks and Sir Vagabond, in case you didn't catch that. So not all of it's suited to the style of what I'm going to be doing, but I'll have a look through and then decide. So yeah, I'm just going to choose which card to use as the base for the pocket folio thingy, and then we'll crack on. Alright, so having gone through them all, I thought the best thing to do would be to use up some of the pieces that I've already started cutting into and using for other things. So I'm going to go with these. I'm going to use this side for the contrasting sides, like I used the greens here. That will be this one. And the main area will be this one, with a second, the middle page will be made out of that one. So this bit will come off of this one, and this one will be the main. So first things first, let's get things cut down to the right sizes. So to make it fit for the things I want to use it for, this one is going to be ever so slightly wider, but it's negligible. It's like a couple of centimeters, so it won't make it massively different to this one. So this one needs to be 23 centimeters that way. Obviously, if like me you've got something specific that you'd like to fit it with, then just measure what you have and add a centimetre each side to allow for the glue of wherever you're going to put it. It's a really simple formula. So let's get this one at 23, and I'm taking the most interesting part to make it, and obviously then I've got that bit as well to use for the bookmark that goes on the back, so that works out really nicely. Then to make the middle page with this one, so this one needs to be 12 centimeters across. So let's have a little, yep, that's going to be fine. Which way around am I going to use it is the question. That way, I think. Yes. Okay, so excuse me, I'm having a bit of a cough at the moment. Let's just, I didn't actually measure this part, I just knew it was going to be about the right size. Okay, so that's, I'm going to trim that down to 16.5 because it's just a couple of mil over that. So I'm going to cut it that way first at 16.5, which is there. And then cut it at excuse me, the now I can't remember if it was 12 or 12.5 I needed. Good lord, I'm a bit rubbish today, aren't I? 12, it needs to be 12 centimeters. Not that it would matter massively, I'd just trim it down if it was wrong. Actually, I'm going to trim it off that side, because although that's Stamperia paper, that's really quite blurry and sort of, it looks like they've tried to improve the resolution of it from something that was too small, so I don't really like the appearance of that too much. So okay, so what you should have now is your main piece, which I'll put that way around, so that's your cover, and then you should have a piece that's about 0.5 centimetre wider, which is what we're going to use to create the join that makes that into a page that's all nice and flippy flappy. We do like flippy flappy. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this one down, not cut, score. We're going to score it at 0.5 centimetre. So let's get rid of my cutting tool, because as you all know, it's far too easy to end up cutting it when you're not supposed to be cutting it. Okay, so I'm going to have it scored that way, I think. Yeah, that's the way I'm going to do it. I was right. Okay, so I'm going to make a nice little tidy crease down there, pop that in, and now that's going to be like the same width kind of thing. If it's a little bit over, then just trim it down, it's fine. So that's your main components done. So now we're going to cut for this piece here. Unfortunately, when I'm making these things the first time around, I never measure. I just, like, the basics of it, I just kind of go, yeah, it's the same width, and I'll just do the rest. Okay, so let's, should we have that nice text bit on the front? Yeah, I think that would look better, wouldn't it? Okay, so that needs to be 8 centimetres high. And it needs to be 12 centimetres wide. No, 11.5, I'm lying. 11.5, and I want the nice variety bit, don't I? That's it. Okay, so that should now be all nice and snug across the front of there. Perfect. Now, I don't do the whole, you know, I'm going to measure that angle to the acute. No, I put it in there and I go, oh, that looks kind of nice. And I'll just, yeah, I'll just mess with it until I like where it's sitting, and then I just cut it. So just do the same. All you need to make sure is that you've got a decent amount on that side, you know, that's it. It's that simple. Right, so that's your front pocket done. Just move that out of the way. And then this offcut piece, I use that on the inside as a tuck spot. As you can see here, that is all tucked behind that little piece, because, you know, if you can use your scraps within the same project, you might as well, right? So that one's going in there, that's fine and dandy. So they're done. Ooh, I like it that way as well. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to decide later on which way round I want that to go. Right, okay. So now we're going to make this pocket here. And that one is 11.5 by 7.5. So this bit should, oh no, of course it's not going to be, is it? Ignore me. Right. Okay, let's go over to there. Yep. Right, let's get that to 7.5. Thereabouts. Obviously you can make it bigger if you want to. And then it needs to be 11.5 that way. And that will be that pocket there. We'll do the cutting out part in a bit because we're going to do it with a few things, so it's easier to do that in one go. And then this one will need to be the same size, or as I say, if you want it deeper, it can be. So that's fine. So, and that's not going to meet the width, is it? I'm going to have to use those for lots of things, aren't I? Okay, here we go. So 7.5 again, and the 11.5. Do we go for the, yeah, let's go for the text end. Okay, that's that one. So that's your 2 pockets for this side. Fold that over, then we're going to make that one, and that one is 14.5 by 8. So let's have a little. Oh, that's just shy, isn't it? I suppose it wouldn't matter if it was 7.5. That would be fine. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that. And what did I say that was? 14.5. All right, get there in the end. Lovely. All right, so that's that one. Then we've got this little one and the little belly band there. So we need 11.5 by 5.5. So what's the bit? And I don't have any of that that will fit that size. I might have to use a different piece. Yep, they're all. Oh, hold on, we might be in luck here. We could always use that because it's different enough, so it would still sit nicely. Yep, okay. Let's go with what we've got. You know, try not to break into too many other bigger pieces if we can help it. I'm actually going to make that one more like 6, I think, rather than 5.5. Okay, so we have that pocket, and then the belly band, which again needs to be 11.5 by about 3.5 centimetres. And I've got no choice. I'm going to have to break into something else to be able to do that. So let's see, not that one, not that one. And sadly, that one is just too similar to the background, so you won't get away with that. Oh, I've got a scrap piece here. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, we can use that. Yeah, lovely. Okay, so we needed the 11.5, which that will make. And it needs to be 3 centimetres roughly. Or shall I go with 4? No, I'm going to go with 3.5, I think. Give it a bit of oomph. Okay, so that's going to be the belly band part. So I've got the pocket, I've got the belly band, then there's the band that's going to go on the back. And that one's going to be 8 centimetres by 4 centimetres. So I probably can do that out of what I had left over. Let's see. Yes, I can. So we've got 8 centimetres that way and 4 centimetres that way. Again, I try to sort of go with the more interesting bits, you know, it's got something else to it rather than just the pattern. Okay, so that's my belly band for the back, and then finally we're going to make the little bookmark to go in there. So I think I'm going to use the same paper that I used for that bit. So that's going to be about 5 centimetres wide on the upscaled version, by by about 12. So 12 by 5. Let's cut it at the 12 mark first, because if you cut it that way then you're separating that into 2 narrower pieces, so it makes more sense to do it this way. So that's the 12, that's the 5. Okay, so that's going to be our bookmark. That is pretty much the cutting done and out the way. So let's get rid of that and we'll move on to the clipping out and cutting out the shapes for the notches in the pockets and the file tab piece. I tend to make and use templates for a lot of this kind of thing because they're really useful when you just need to crack on. You don't have to sit there trying to draw it all out and all that kind of stuff. You've just got that whiz round it sorted. So we're going to take our middle page and we're going to line up the tab. So if you're unsure about doing that yourself, you can either get a file folder, you know, and just use the tab from that, or you can actually download, you know, shapes from the internet and you can just draw it out onto some card and use that as a template as well. But as I say, I tend to have all manner of templates just ready to go. So we're just gonna cut that one out, and yes, you see this right, Becca is using scissors to cut things with. This is an alien concept, but you know, I think I'm getting a little bit better at it because I couldn't cut for toffee previously, so yeah, it's I'm not entirely sure whether or not I can cut straight, but certainly straighter, and that will do for now. You know, I'll take it. So we're just gonna nip that. So that's given us our tab shape for that middle, and then we're going to use the same template to cut out the notches in those pockets and that pocket. So let's get those over. Get all the little pockets and stuff. Okay, that's all for the back. That's our deep pocket on there. So we shall put that one on in a minute. or I should say cut that one out in a minute. Okay, so those are the two that we want to cut out with the notch. So if you want to just grab yourself a pencil, measure out your width. Obviously this is 11.5, which of course, you know, I just do that to be awkward, so I know that that's roughly the middle. You can just eyeball it, you know, and you can do the same on your actual tab, you know, if you wanted to measure across the width of the tab, which at that point, oh, try again, Becca, at that point is 4 centimeters, so that is my middle point of the tab. So, you know, if you're not confident in eyeballing it, you can just do that. And then we're just going to pop that on, roughly lined up with that middle bit, and just mark that out on both of the pockets. Just make sure it's clear so you can see it. When you're using things like, you know, paper that's got text and stuff on it, it can be so difficult to see what you're doing. So sometimes I swear to God it's better to use a pen than a pencil, but we shall prevail, my lovelies, we shall prevail. Okay, pocket number 1. You could use that and stick it on something else as a little pull, or, you know, whatever. Where did I put the other one? It's gone over there. So same thing again, roughly in the middle. That looks, yeah, that looks about the middle to me. Definitely should have used a biro. It's fine. If I make a mistake, you guys just get to laugh at me, because you know I don't edit those out. It's way more fun to leave them in. I don't mind everybody laughing at me. Okay, so we're just gonna go around that there edge, and done. You can just round off those little corners if you want to. I think it might make it just look a bit more, you know, a bit more presentable maybe. You don't have to, just a thought. I think I did it on the other one actually, because if I can actually be bothered to look down, yes I did. Good grief, it's right there in front of me and I'm going, if I did, I don't know, did I? Yes, Becca, yes you did. Alright, so we're going to get our long pocket, and this one I probably am just going to put a little divot there just to show me that that is the centre. Yeah, because eyeballing wider things, that can be trickier, it's fair to say. Can be a little bit harder. So there we go, and cut this one out. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw the I did my 250 subscriber giveaway for YouTube the other day, and Julie, lovely Julie, won it. And that's going to be going over to New Jersey, because I said, you know, I wasn't going to keep it at just UK, because a lot of my friends in the junk journal world are from the States, so I didn't think it was right to just exclude them out of hand, you know. I don't know, but yeah, it was really good fun, and we had a great time. We were having such a laugh, and I think we're going to try and do like Zoom meetings every month. So, you know, if you're in any of the groups with me and you fancy joining in on a Zoom meeting, then yeah, we'd love to have you. It'll be great. So yeah, come and join us. Okay, so the next step is now doing the corners if you're going to do them. So we're just going to grab the decorative punch. Okay, so now you're going to need some glue, and especially for fitting the center page in, you need to make sure that your glue is pretty solid, you know. because you don't want it to just fall out basically. So get yourself nicely lined up. It would help if I took the lid out of my glue, really, wouldn't it? Okay, so that's yep, that's within the realms of. So let's get that all nice and gluey. Don't go crazy, you don't want it spilling out all over your other page, but obviously, as I say, you do need it to stick. so what I tend to do is line it up like that and then lift and push it down, because then you're not putting tension on that piece, you see. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice a little bit. My husband will be so pleased. Okay, so we're just going to make sure that that will close over nicely. Yep, give it another good go over with the bone folder just to really seal that glue on there. Okay, there you go. You now have your 3 parts. Fantastic. Just get any residual glue off of there. So now let's get the other things on. There we go, pocket. A couple of things I did decide to ink the other way round in the end, because I just loved the way that they looked on the reverse side to what I'd chosen, but obviously it makes no difference. It won't change the, you know, the function or anything. It will just, like this one, it's just basically mirrored it. It's just the long end will be on the left rather than the right. So it's no big. It's no big. Okay, so lining that up, popping that down. See, my tutorials are all easy for you guys that want to learn how to do things that look complicated but really aren't, because otherwise I wouldn't be doing them. I'm far too lazy. Okay, so yeah, that'll be fab. Just make sure before you glue it down, because of the added extra page, I'm just thinking it might push it out past the line of your booklet. So yeah, it will do. So just kind of trim and just re-ink that bit if you absolutely need to, but if you don't, then leave it the hell alone. Okay, so that's just because that side will be outward, so unfortunately, yeah, I'll have to ink it. Ugh, I swear to God, it knows. It knows. Right, so here we are. First inside pocket, plonk that down wherever you see fit. Go for about there. Let's just make sure that's sitting a bit straight. Yeah, that looks good to me. Then we've got the tuck spot left over from what we used on the front. Okay, so again, gloopy glue, pop it in. There we go. Oh, would help if I put it on straight though, wouldn't it? Crikey. That's it. Bit of extra glue, and let's just trim away that little spiky corner. Fabulous. Oh, that's overhanging slightly as well. We'll just knock that out while we're there. There we go. It's like it never happened. No one will know. They're gonna know. Okay, so now it's the other side pocket and the large pocket. And you know how I like to leave mistakes in? I totally forgot that this one should not be the same width of that one, because that page is that much shorter. So we're gonna have to, yeah, I'm being all brave again. Thankfully, I kind of reckon that where I've punched out those corners, that's pretty much going to be what I need to make it fit. Yes. Oh, I feel so much better for that. Such a child. But yeah, let's get them re-clipped. And yeah, like I say, you get to see all the boo-boos, because you know we make them. It doesn't matter, you know, how good you are at this, you're going to make mistakes. It's just that a lot of people like to take them out and, you know, to sort of give that perfectly polished look, and it's like, yeah, but it's not honest, is it? Because honestly, we screw up, you know. I love the sort of the whole, you know, nice aesthetic videos and everything. They're beautiful to look at, but sometimes you wonder why you're making so many screw ups, and, you know, they've just made it look like a piece of cake, and it's because of editing a lot of the time, you know. Okay, so we've got that one. It's yeah, did I decide? Yes, I did decide it's going that way. So let's get the glue on there. Plenty of glue in this, but for some reason it's being a little bit slow. So, oh, we do love it. Oh, I nearly put that on the wrong way to start with. See, now I'm going to put that on so that it's not touching the actual seam, just to give it a little bit of breathing room, because then when you fold it together, your seam isn't as bulky because not everything's meat in there. So, you know, and that's quite a lump when you include the middle page as well. So yeah, I recommend doing it so that it's not actually touching on there. Then we have this here pocket that I did decide. Yeah, I have to keep checking because I changed things, albeit only the way it's faced, but some of it you can't even see where you inked, so you're just not entirely sure. But on that one you can see it's clearly not inked, so we're okay. Right, let's get that in place. So now it's just to remember which one the belly band was. It was that one, I think. Yes, it was. I had to think about that then. Okay, so that's gonna go on there. There, that was that side, wasn't it, to match that? Now I've had to cut that one down a little bit actually, because I think when I was doing the cutting, I cut it wrong. So I had to knock a ½ centimetre off of it. But obviously if you're making one in a custom size, you know just to make it slightly narrower than your actual page that it's going on to. So that's going to be a measurement for you guys. Obviously if you're following this one and it's come out a bit wide, well, yeah, fair enough, just trim it down. There we go, that's in place and all happy now. So now it's just the belly band at the back and the bookmark. So yeah, that was that way, wasn't it? But you see, now that it's there, I'm thinking, should I have done it that way round? Because I don't know if that one just kind of fades into it a little bit. So I think I'm actually going to just very quickly black round that. I really need a new black ink pad as well. I keep meaning to go and get one and I keep forgetting. So yeah, I'm having to dip more often than usual. There we go. Okay, yeah, that way. Yeah. Oh my life, what am I doing today? I swear to God. We have a saying, I don't know, again, I don't know if you guys, wherever you are, use the same, but I don't know my arse from my elbow today, is what we would say. Right, so just get that in roughly central. And then we're just going to leave that to dry for a minute, and we're going to go ahead and sort out the bookmark. Now obviously you don't have to put an eyelet in your bookmark, you can decorate it however you want to. So I'd forgotten, because I knew I was going to do an eyelet on mine, I forgot to say that you're going to need these. But it's fine, you guys know how to use these things anyway. Let's just try to clear that so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's get that in there. Yeah, that looks about the middle, doesn't it, guys? Yeah. Too late now if it's not. Right, let's get these little blighters. yeah, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to pop an eyelet in there, and then obviously, you know, you can put lace or whatever you want, you know, ribbon through it. Again, you know, I'm sure you guys have done all this kind of thing a million times before. If you haven't, that's fine. It's quite easy to do. So there we go. I've got the eyelet in there. Let's just close those up, put them out of the way. See, nice and easy. And then that will slide into that belly band. And like I say, I'll put something in it, maybe some ribbon or something in a minute. But effectively, that is the folio done. And as I say, I wanted to, I think I've got some here that are, yeah, some that are portrait orientation, which I'm hoping will fit in there. They're not going to fit. Oh, that's okay, fits in that one. I thought I'd measured it really, really well, but apparently I had not. So I'm going to have hidden things behind there in that belly band. I've disappointed myself there because I really thought I'd got the measurements right. It's like, oh damn. I've got a myriad of tags here and stickers and the like, so I'm gonna bang some of that kind of thing on there. Yeah, they're kind of nice, aren't they? What else have I got? What else have I got here? I actually did some fussy cutting. I know, I don't even know how or why I did anything like that. Ooh, that's kind of cute. Oh, I like that one. Okay, so that one's going on my front cover. Let's get all of that out of the actual folio for a minute and see what else we have here. We have, oh my gosh, it's just so many things. So many things. I think these are all, yeah, these are all cut stickers that I did on the Cricut. And if you want to know how I did them, there is actually a tutorial on the YouTube channel that will tell you how I do the stickers. They're very, very simple to do, I promise you. So yeah, just have a little look at that if you want to learn how to make your own removable stickers, because they are nice and easy. I think I'll have that one. I have a lot of things here. And I made something yesterday and I don't know where I've put it actually, but it was entirely cute, and a new way of, well, new to me, a new way of using tea bags, which I was really excited about. Let's get some letters to throw in there rather than, I'll probably make some note paper as well later, but I really don't know what I've done with that embellishment. But effectively I had an old tea bag and I used one of the sort of the small circle cog designs, I think it was, or one of the hot air balloons in the middle, and made it into like a little rosette, and it was really cute. But I've probably stuck it on something downstairs yesterday and I've forgotten all about it because that's the kind of thing I do. Okay, so let's go ahead and just throw some things on there that fit nicely. Obviously, ordinarily, I already know roughly what I'm going to put in, but I didn't really have time to plan this tutorial because, as I say, time has been quite short recently. So I've just kind of had to do it on the fly with you. Probably why I've made a couple of mistakes there, really, I suppose. But, you know, it is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. What I'm probably going to do is print out some phrases, or, you know, just like sort of steampunky words kind of thing, and probably put something across there as well. But obviously that I'm going to have to go and look around for and fire up Photoshop and get that done. But by the time this goes into my journal, it will have those extra bits. I'm just basically, you know, just doing some stuff with it so that you can kind of see it more like the other one was, rather than just the bare bones of it kind of thing. Oh my life, I have lots of glue here, so I don't know why it seems to be struggling. I don't know about you, I'm one of those people that hate it when you're watching a tutorial and someone's just shaking their bottle of glue constantly. I'm just like, come on, move on, move on. Okay, right, so we're going to have that one on there. And I think that one's going to go on that pocket there. I don't think that one needs much, really. I'll probably put something small on it. And there you go, shaking my glue. Oh my god. But at least it was only a little one and only once. I'm going to leave the top edge of that and make that into a little kind of secret pocket, I think. That could be quite nice. So there you go. That is effectively done. We'll just throw some tags that I haven't put, you know, I've been absolutely rubbish. I've just kind of batch cut them and put the eyelets in them ready to use, but I haven't actually finished embellishing them yet. So that'll kind of, yeah, that'll sit in there like so. And see, look, I even had bookmarks ready that I didn't think about. I am a bit rubbish, but at least I'm man enough to admit it. Yeah, I wonder if I should stick one of those up there. Let's see. See, how great is it making your own stickers? My Cricut's just, even though I've calibrated my Cricut, it has just left a tiny bit of white around that top part. So we'll just do that. And I think I'm just going to kind of plonk that in there. That's kind of nice, isn't it? So yeah, you guys have probably listened to me prattling on far too long by now. If you're not sick of me, then you should be. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, guys, that's it pretty much done. Now all you've got to do is stuff it with all the things you love and stick it in one of your journals. And as always, I would absolutely love to see what you make following my tutorials. I think it's great to see what people make. You know, I really genuinely enjoy that. So, you know, do feel free to show me either in the groups or, you know, tag me in your YouTube if you're showing off what you've made. That's grand. And if you could, I would love it if you like the video, obviously, but also if you could do a little cheeky thumbs up for me, because it just helps to keep the videos relevant. You know, and sort of showing up in people's feeds and stuff like that, and coming up in searches. And so yeah, it would be absolutely wonderful if you guys could do that and just leave me a thumbs up on the video, and I will love you all forever and then some, I promise. Take care, guys. Happy crafting.